But it can't be too big.
Oh.
Much better.
Itsy bitsy.
When you're scrolling in that feed, the videos that you watch, the videos that you stop on, we have kind of a formula that they came up with that we use for our clients and our videos too. So,
Number one, let's include faces. People like faces. They like to see who they're getting their information from, hence video. It's a very important component. It will hook people very quickly to watch a video as well as keep them engaged.
I love psychology. You like psychology too. You like human behavior. I think most things can go back to caveman times.
Okay.
All right. So why are we attracted to faces? I think it goes way back to where we had to be a pack of people to survive in the mountains or in the wilderness when we were cavemen looking for fire. And we are inherently wired to know that survival is directly linked to faces. So and remember, we're talking about when somebody's scrolling, you've got like a millisecond to capture somebody to stop scrolling in LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever that is, or YouTube. So what grabs it?
Face. Let's talk about colors. Oh, no, right?
Yeah.
We got great colors at
Innovation. It's that same thing. So make high contrasting colors in video.
Yeah. Why?
It's a little bit to do with the first one. We are genetically wired just to catch those contrasts and those colors. Something I think's funny, like I get into photography and we have people here that are really good at photography. A little trick is that, and this is going to get overplayed at some point, but a little trick that photographers can do is they'll take a picture of a nice scene and then they'll go in and they'll crank up the saturation, which means colors. So all the reds are redder, all the blues are bluer, skies are bluer, grass is greener. And it's like, wow, and it just pops off the screen.
Okay. So
that's great for like
stills.
Yeah, and it's great for like a quick attention getter. So do this test. Take a picture of, go to any of the photos you've taken and jack the contrast and the saturation up on it.
Okay.
When you're with some friends or relatives and go, hey, what do you think of this picture? And make it a little obnoxious. Like make it like where it's kind of, wow, that's really contrasty. But show it to them and go, what do you think? And they'll go, ooh, wow, those are nice colors. And it's just that first gut reaction that they get. Now, if you started to stare at it and had a critical eye to it from an artwork standpoint, you're going to go, like when I see that, I go, that's a little overpushed. Like that's not really what it looked like there. Like the grass wasn't really that green. So from an artistic standpoint, there's a balance. And like if I talk to photographers and video people here, they'll talk about pulling that back from a creative standpoint or for branding or whatever. But remember, we're just talking about that millimeter or that, we're just talking about that millisecond as that feed goes down where people go, burp, and then they catch it and they click play. So contrasting colors.
Talk to me a little bit about context. Words. We have a lot of dialogue and a lot of content. So like they say, content's king, those kind of things. Is, content, whether it's written, whether it's spoken. There's certain times that are best to utilize script or words at the bottom in your video. When do you feel like is the best time for that?
I like it when, and again, we're talking about video that we want to go like on social media and be in a feed. So content rich, valuable, like bringing value to the table. I'm not talking about an artistically shot 30-second commercial or something like that. Okay.
Every time I watch video or anytime I watch video, there's always a point in the video that things really stick with me because I take in information a lot of different ways, but I'm super visual and text cements things for me. So, I have a feeling I'm watching something or I'm watching a video. It's a really good video, but I may forget some of the real strong points if I don't have that just little bit of text that pops in there to just really cement the memory for me or the understanding of what the person's trying to get across.
Like this? Right?
Brr.
Brr. Brr.
Yep. And then
or what if it's here?
Wherever.
But it can't
Maybe
be.
on the side? Ooh.
Yeah. But it can't be too big.
Oh.
much better.
Itsy bitsy.
Yeah, so I think the key with those is not putting them on there right when something important's getting said. Like, that's kind of my thing. So if you're making, like, colorful and contrast, and then I like for it to come up there where it doesn't get in the way of the message. Okay. But it needs to be smaller text. It needs to always be smaller than what, like, an intro was or the main topic. Kind of like if you had a book, you would have the chapter title is bigger than all the words. You kind of think about it like that.
So it's almost like little highlights of text that come through.
Because people learn in different ways.
Yeah.
Yep. Some are visual, some are audio, some.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, I like it.
Yeah, I do too. Because almost like Cliff Notes, I can just run through there and hit the top 5 things.
Right.
We're on number 4, right?
I think so.
What?
Branding.
Consistency.
Yeah. So that people, if you're going to be doing a series of videos, if you're going to be putting some things out there, you always want to have some sort of a consistent thread or visual component to those, so people recognize that. Whether you change, the background or not, most definitely always incorporate your branding, whether it's your personal brand or the business that you work for. For us, it's going to be Innovations Branding House.
A little orange in there.
Yeah. Orange.
So something I see that kind of drives me crazy is when somebody advertises and they put a commercial out there, and then a few months go by and then they get another commercial and it doesn't look anything like it. Like, it's completely off brand. Like, color tones were different. The message was way different. The problem with that is then people don't differentiate your brand or your business from other ones. So they go, oh, it's just another eye care place. Or it's just another whatever place. Well, then you see an ad in January, then you see one in June, and it's colors are different and logo is squished, and maybe it's a black and white logo versus the color one. In people's brain, it is a different business because they're not paying that much attention. So you kind of wasted your advertising dollar.
So branding just lets you know.
Yeah,
Boom.
man, consistent. Just keep stuff really consistent.
It's that. It's the same people. I can trust them.
Yep.
I'm going to listen.
Yep.
Consistency in design.
Okay. And that's what we just talked about. So we kind of covered that one.
We did.
Consistency. So those are the 5 things.
Yep.
We'll put them here one more time. Bing, 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 bing. And that helps your ads be sticky. See ya.
Bye.